Hello, this is the first OpeniBoot tutorial video. Now I'm just going to assume that you already know how to get into console, you know all about how to get it on your device, all about that stuff, because I don't want to take up a lot of video time explaining about that. What I'm going to talk about in this video is file system, extracting, adding files from the file system through the console, and this is going to be a whole series of videos, but this one's just about file system stuff, adding, extracting to the RAM from the computer and from the file system, and all that fun stuff. So, again, yeah, nothing really else to say about that. Okay, actually, let's make me offline for now, then we'll get back on later. But anyway, what we're gonna do is start up OpeniBoot Console. Actually, I'd probably just let's see. Yep, there we go. Okay. So we're going to get started by creating a file in the directory OpeniBoot, the program OpeniBoot Console is in, which mine is in a folder called iPod. Again, this is, I never said, but this is an iPod Touch first generation, just so you know. Okay, so I'm going to use Nano's text editor and call it hello. So I'm going to, inside the text files, type hello. This is a file called hello. Save it. Okay, so it's saved. Now, just to be sure it's saved, because I've made a couple videos before this with issues. Yeah, okay, hello is a file called hello. Alright. And the command cat is actually in OpeniBoot, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So, the first thing to do with a file, if you want to interact with it, is you have to upload the file into the RAM of the iPod. So how you upload a file into the RAM from your computer is upload symbol is an exclamation point, and then type in the file name. Now, this is just assuming the file's in the directory of the program OIBC, OpeniBoot Client, or Console. I don't know what it stands for, probably Client. Now, if it's in a directory called hello within the OpeniBoot Client folder, then you could, go in. Now, if it's not in your OpeniBoot Client folder, you could go back in directory, and that's just more terminal basics that I don't really want to get into in this video, because this is more about the file itself. So we're going to upload the file called hello. Now, the thing about this is when it uploads, it starts at the address 0x09000, the RAM address, and it ends when it's done. Now, it also shows you important information here, called the file length, also LEN. They shorten it in a lot of the usage stuff. LEN, 32 bytes. And sometimes it'll show more information. Sometimes, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, okay. So, hello. Alright. Sometimes it shows starting at the address. Now, if you do want to start at a different address, if you really know about RAM stuff, RAM addresses, you could do at and then the address. So, yeah, I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. So now it's in the RAM. It uploaded into the RAM from the computer through the USB. So what we want to do from there is see if it's there actually. So we're going to go use cat. Now cat, if you don't know what cat is, it's a command almost like echo, and it just reads out a file. So it says cat the address at the RAM, and then the length, which is 34 bytes. Hello, this is a file called hello. So it made it into the RAM. It's in the RAM, it's fine. There's another version of cat on here called fscat, which is file system cat, and that reads it from the file system, which is what we're going to do in a moment. Now we have to put it in the file system first. Now there are two partitions on iOS. The first partition is just root. If you say you're browsing an iFile, it's just root right here is the first partition. It's a system partition. Over versions, they've graded the amount of the capacitance that has. And then there's the user partition, which is just var. Now var is a symlink in the root partition that goes to the user partition, which is the second partition, or partition 1. The first partition is a system partition called partition 0. And private var is the same as var, because var is just a symlink that redirects to private var, just so you know. And that holds all your apps, your music, your pictures, everything you pretty much do. All the system stuff is on the other partition. Anyway, and the reason why I need to tell you this is because it needs to know the partition that you're talking about. So we're going to do it into the system partition at just the root directory, just to be easy. So we're going to go fsadd, file system add. Now file system list, ls, the program ls, as you know, and I'll show you right here. Yeah, so it's just listing the files and directories in the current directory you're at. So fsls, the partition number, which is the system 1, so 0, and directory, which is just root. So you can see all the directories we have here. We have a file, so all that fun stuff. Another file. And okay, so fsadd. Now here the usage is partition, which is 0. Now we have to call it a file, so we'll call it hello again. This is where you can also specify if you want to put it in a directory, like the boot directory and then hello. But we're just going to call it hello in the root directory. The location in the RAM it's at, so 0x09000000, the default start, and the size, which is 34 bytes. And it's done. Now we're going to see if it's actually there. We're going to do fscat and see the usage. So partition 0 and then the file hello. There it is. It made it in there. fsls 0. Has to go through the USB, so it's kind of laggy sometimes. So, yep, it's right there. Hello. Okay. So now we're going to pretend it's not in the RAM, and we want to put it back into the RAM. To put it into the RAM, and it's on the iPod's file system, we do fs extract. I'll show you the usage, partition 0, the file, and then the location, the RAM. So just like before, 0x09000000, 6 zeros after the 9, and then yep, done extracting. Cat 0x09000000. It's 34 bytes. It says right here. It says right there, 34 bytes. Hello. This is a file called hello. Now we want to put it back onto the computer. So to show you it's going onto the computer, I'll remove the file from the computer, and it's just, I don't know why it's being so laggy, but it is. Okay, and now it's off of the computer, it's just on the iPod's file system and RAM. So we're going to download it, and download is not exclamation point, but the squiggly. The, oh, I forgot the name of that. But the squiggly. Okay, so you do squiggly, and then the name of the file you want to call it. We'll call it hello again. And then you have to do colon, and the colon means how many bytes it is, the length again. Now, again, you could do hello and then at, and then an address if you want to specify one, but by default it does 0x09000000. So, and here this concerns me because, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Just want to make sure. Okay, just making sure it's okay. Alright. So 34 bytes. And it looks like it's sent. So now we're going to see. We're going to go cat hello. And it came back to the computer. Now, just a brief explanation. You can't delete files or make or delete directories on the file system of iOS, but what you can do is overwrite files. So if you upload another file that's called the same name to the same exact place where that file, the original file is, it'll just overwrite the file with the new information. And that's all you really can do. But extracting doesn't delete the file. So that's all in this video I want to show you. So thanks for watching. Hope you learned something.